වගේම පිට නගිනහිර පළාත් සභාවේ මහාමැති ධූරේ හම්බෙයි කියන බලාපොරොත්තු අපි ඉන්නවා.
අපි දෙන්න අකින් මහත්තයාගේ එක්කන ඕන්න
මගේ හිටියොත් තානසි ගෙදර ගියොත් අඹුනසි තත්ත්වෙට මේ ආණ්ඩුව දැන් වෙනකොට පත් වෙලා තිබෙනවා.
A very good evening. You're watching Primetime News on MTV Sports. My name is Ravi Gamage.
And I'm Sonali Vanigabadage. We start off with a look at tonight's headlines.
7 individuals, including the son of Minister Mervyn Silva, remanded. Parties allied, or Muslim parties allied to the government, expecting Chief Minister post in the Eastern Province. 8 people injured when the firearm of a bank security officer goes off.
News First launched its Apple application a few days ago at an innovative launch at its headquarters in Colombo. The app has now reached the #1 ranking as ranked by Apple's iStore. It is unprecedented for a Sri Lankan app to reach this ranking in such a short space of time, beating even Google Chrome in the time frame the rankings are calculated. Now, News First launched its latest new media products under its 2.0 banner on September 11th and included a revamped website and SMS news service.
The Colombo magistrate ordered Malaka Silva, the son of Minister Mervyn Silva, and 6 others to be remanded until next Monday over the alleged assault of an army major at a 5-star hotel in Colombo.
7 individuals, including Malaka Silva and Rehan Wijeratne, turned themselves over to the Slave Island police this morning. The Colombo Crimes Division had arrested the individuals and recorded their statements, after which they had been produced before Colombo Fort Magistrate Shanika Wijeratne. The police noted that the major's official firearm, mobile phone and car keys had been removed by the suspects during the alleged assault. The police added that the major is currently receiving treatment at the military hospital and that they had recorded statements from 7 individuals, including the commanding officer of the Army Intelligence Wing. The lawyers who appeared on behalf of Malaka Silva and the other suspects argued that if the major had arrived at the hotel on official duty, there should be a log stating his movements. The suspects' lawyers also accused the army major of being part of a private security detail of a wealthy casino owner who resides at the complex. The attorneys also presented a specialist doctor's report which stated that Malaka Silva has to undergo surgery on his spinal cord. They added that Rehan Wijeratne, who is also a suspect, was suffering from a serious medical condition. They requested court to grant bail to the suspects after taking these facts into consideration. However, court rejected the request. Colombo magistrate Shanika Wijeratne ordered the other 5 suspects to be produced in an identification parade. The magistrate also ordered the police to submit the video footage obtained from the security cameras of the hotel on the night on which the incident took place to court. Meanwhile, Minister Mervyn Silva, who arrived in court today, expressed these views to the media.
මේකෙන්ම පේනවා ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය ප්‍රමුඛ සන්ධාන රජය කොයතරම් විනිවිදභාවයෙන් වැඩ කරන.
This goes to show that the SLFP-led UPFA alliance government is a transparent one which respects democracy. My son was remanded. As a father, I'm sad. The papers sold very well because of Mervyn Silva's son. As Willy Mudalali's son, I have fought many a time in my village, Beliatta, but no paper was interested in that. If my son wasn't a minister's son, no one would have known about it.
විලි මුදලාලගේ පුතාට මේ ගමේ මම කොච්චර ගහගෙන තියෙනවද කිසි පත්තරයක් දන්නේ නැහැ මම බෙලියත් ඉන්න කාලේ ඇමතිවරයා පුතා නුවර නම් මගේ පුතා කිසි දෙයක් දන්නේ නැහැ.
Meanwhile, at a media briefing today, SSP Andra Senanayaka, who is in charge of the Western Province, expressed his views on the incident.
මේ හමුදා නිලධාරියා මේ අවස්ථාවේ පිස්තෝලයක්
Did this army officer go to this location with a firearm while he is on duty? This individual went to this place on the 8th at 6 in the evening to meet a certain businessman. The businessman lives on the 27th floor. He must have gone legally or illegally. Or as a matter of fact, he may have gone to commit a crime. There has to be an inquiry. However, no one has the right to attack that officer.
ඒක වෙනම විමර්ශනයක්. නම් නිලධාරියෙකුට එහෙම පහර දෙන්න කිසිවෙකුට අයිතියක් නැහැ.
මේ මාර්ග සිල්වා මහත්මයාව මේ අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්න මෙවමන කාල සීමාවක් මේ ගත වුණේ මොකද කියලා මම දැනගන්න සතුටුයි.
මේක හමුදා නිලධාරියේ පාන්දර
We have to find out as to why an army officer was carrying a pistol at 3 in the morning. I cannot just grab him by his neck and put him in jail based on what you say.
දැන්ට තියෙන තොරතුරු මත ගිනියවිය ගත්තා මේ කට්ටිය.
ගිනියවිය අරගෙන ආපහු ඒක ලැබුණේ කොහොමද? පොලිසියට ගෙනත් දුන්නාද? කොහොමද ගිනියවිය ලැබුණේ?
පොලිසියට ගෙනත් දුන්නා. එතන එක්කෙනෙක් වැටලා තියෙනවා කියලා එක්කෙනෙක් පොලිසියට ගෙනත් දුන්නා. ඒ වැටෙන ගෙනත් දුන්න පුත්කලත් අද අපි අධිකරණ රිමාන්ඩ් කරා.
යම්කිසි බලපෑමක් මෙවින් සිල්වා ඇමතිවරයාගේ අතින් වුණාද පොලිසියට?
නෑ මොන විශ්ව නෑ. කිසිම බලපෑමක්.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca says that this is an era where criminals can live freely with the protection of the law. The former Army Commander made this statement at a meeting in Horana yesterday.
ඕන මදාවි වැඩක් කරලා ඕන අපරාධයක් කරලා ප්‍රසිද්ධියේ ඉන්න පුළුවන් නීතිය ඒගොල්ලන්ට විරුද්ධව ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එවැනි දේවල් වෙන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අවසානය ළඟා කරගන්න කිට්ටුනාමයි කට්ටිය. මම හමුදාපති
They can commit any crime and live in public because the law is not enforced against them. These things generally happen when the end is near. If any politician or the hooligans in their families touched even an ordinary soldier while I was the army commander, I would have taught these corrupt politicians and their families a lesson to remember. He would be in jail along with his father who protected him. We promise you that the day we chase this corrupt government away, we will ensure justice for all. I believe Hirunika Premachandra will also see justice being done even if she is on the other side and not on our side. She can get this justice only from us and not from this government.
හිරුනිකා ප්‍රේමචන්ද්‍රට සාධාරණයක් ඉෂ්ට වෙයි කියලා මම හිතනවා. අපේ පැත්තේ නොහිටියත් අනිත් පැත්තේ හිටියත් එතුමියට සාධාරණයක් ඉෂ්ට වෙයි.
The former army commander made this statement during a meeting at the Bandaragama bus stand after attending a Daham Pasal prize giving at the Horana Pokunuwita Sirimevan Rajamahaviharaya.
Several agreements were signed between Sri Lanka and China today. According to the presidential media unit, the agreements were signed following bilateral discussions between President Mahinda Rajapaksa and Standing Committee Chairman of the Chinese National People's Congress, Wu Bangguo.
According to the presidential media unit, Wu Bangguo's official visit to the country marks the 55th anniversary of bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and China. Bangguo had noted that Sri Lanka has achieved tremendous development under the leadership of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Born in 1941, Wu Bangguo is the 10th chairman of the Standing Committee of the Chinese National People's Congress. He rose to fame in political circles due to his active work in the city of Shanghai. In 1992, he became a Politburo member of the Chinese Communist Party and went on to become the Deputy Prime Minister of the State Council in 1995.
Meanwhile, the Standing Committee Chairman of the National People's Congress of China also visited Parliament today. Wu Bangguo arrived at the parliamentary complex, was accorded a red carpet welcome. He also signed the special guest book. During his visit, Wu Bangguo engaged in discussions with Speaker Chaman Rajapaksa and other parliamentarians. After exchanging mementos with Speaker Chaman Rajapaksa, the Standing Committee Chairman of the National People's Congress of China also donated a stock of equipment to Parliament.
Two of the 8 persons who were injured when the firearm of a security officer went off inside a state bank in Passara have been transferred to the Badula hospital for further treatment.
The incident occurred at 11:10 this morning. The bank was closed following the incident. 3 women and 5 men were injured when the security officer's weapon suddenly went off. The injured were first admitted to the Passara District Hospital. When we made inquiries, a spokesperson for the Badula hospital said the 2 patients who were transferred there were not in critical condition. The security officer has been arrested over the incident.
University students began a Satyagraha campaign today. The campaign is being held to call on the authorities to reopen universities. The Satyagraha campaign began following a protest march by a group of students from the Kelaniya University.
The protest was organised by the Inter-University Students' Federation. Heavy traffic congestion was reported on the Colombo Kandy Road due to the students' protest march from the Kelaniya University to Kiribathkoda. The students commenced their protest march from opposite the auditorium of the Kiribathkoda Youth Buddhist Association. The students say their Satyagraha campaign will continue until universities are reopened.